going on? Welcome back to the channel. Just doing, just kind of touching base, doing some updates on what I've done and how things are working. Man, my aquarium cabinet is really full. I told my wife, I said, you know, I'm out of space in the cabinet, so I'm gonna have to get a bigger tank just sheerly for the cabinet space. I had one in this room before. Well, I got that jug in the way now. I had a 6-foot tank, and you can see where that jug is behind it. I actually had to shorten that vent. That's a air like return or pickup. It's not one that blows out, it pulls air in, and it was a different style and a lot bigger, and I had to shorten it when I put a 6-foot tank in to get it centered on the wall. So I bought that kind of like vent thing and put in its place. But anyway, getting sidetracked again, I apologize. Let's see, the Trident, I'm loving. I love the fact that, you know, it does my test 4 times a day, and I don't really have to fool with it. You know, I can just do it periodically to kind of see if it's in line. The numbers were really off to start with, but after it ran for a couple days, and then I ran the calibration fluid through it, it seems to be more in line and fairly close. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. You know, I don't regret it. I think that's going to end up being a good purchase. The dose. So when I did a video on that, it came in and it had actually a screw loose inside of it that I found, as well as the right side had some kind of like pulsation to it when it was pumping. So Bulk Reef Supply wanted me, they wouldn't just send another one or replace it. They wanted me to send it in for testing. So I sent it in for testing, and while I was waiting, I just went ahead and ordered another one and put it in place. I didn't know how long it would be before I got that one back or whatever. And so they determined it was bad, and they didn't have any more in stock. So they just issued me a credit, which I'm always spending money on this anyway. So I just buy other stuff that I need. But the new one is working out fine. No issues. I think it'll work out fine. The DDR container it's pretty cool in one sense. I mean, I like it that it shows up in Fusion and shows me the level and all that stuff. But it's way overpriced. But you know, that is what it is. Algae scrubber. So it's running. Most of the forums and tips that I've read on them say that for the first 3 weeks to run the light 24/7, or until you start getting algae growth, and then you would kind of different people say different things, but most people kind of say that you'll do it opposite of your actual aquarium lights or photo period. So you want to run it, you know, at least about 12 hours at night or something like that. So I do have it plugged in the Apex, and I do have it set up as a light configured and a timer set so that it runs over the night hours, but then I just have it turned to the on position right now. So it's staying on all the time. As soon as I start getting some algae growth in it, then I'll let you know and keep you posted and show you what that looks like. Let's see, skimmer's doing well. You can see it's pulling a lot out. We had talked about before in research I'd done on the filter rollers, you know, and even Bulk Reef Supply said in one of their videos, yeah, when you add these things in, then it pulls the nutrients, or it pulls things waste out of the water before it has time to break down, so you can actually like downsize your skimmer and all that stuff. I really don't know that that's true, as I mean, it's still producing a lot, And I'm gonna go a little closer, get on the floor, and show you something else in a second about it. I like the idea of the filter roller, and I think it is going to work out well, but I do have some issues with it so far. Tank itself, tomorrow or this weekend, I'm planning on moving the fish that I have in quarantine to this tank. So I'll have a little bit more livestock in here, and then I got to get some more, of course. I don't have to, I just am. I'm not sure when my next coral order will be. I got to get some more money saved up for that. We talked about before, I've got the 3 Neuro 5s working. Everything's working well with that. The water's a little bit cloudy right now. I'm trying out that Dr. Tim's Waste Away liquid, and I put some in the tank yesterday, and it says it may cause cloudiness, and yeah, it did. So just trying that out and see what it does and kind of how it works. It's supposedly an all-natural thing, you know, just beneficial bacteria that help break down waste in your sand bed and things like that. So supposed to be pretty good. We'll see how it works out. I've been using the little waste away strips and the 35, but I think they work. I think it's just a really like a shorter time span than it says. It says time released up to a month. I think it lasts like maybe a week or two, and then you can see changes visually. Yeah, I think that's it. Everything else is good. Everything I want to cover, except let me get down on the floor here. Oh, sorry for shaking you around so much. Okay, so you can see the filter paper is picking up a lot. But look at the roll, kind of how it is. It's got layers and it's not staying tight. I've tried to tighten it up, and then it seems kind of like it shifts to one side. But when I look, it still has about an inch. When you look at the dirty part versus the clean, it still has about an inch on both sides. So it looks like that part's fine. So I'm just kind of letting it go as it is. But yeah, this side's actually coming over the top of the holder or whatever. So, and it looks like it's just loosely rolled. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. My other complaint with this is, for the amount of money you spend on it, I mean, I would think it would pull pretty much everything out of the water, not let anything by, and that you would, you know, have a super clean sump. Well, look at pieces of frozen food and stuff that I've got inside there in the sump. So don't think that just getting, you know, one of these filter rollers that everything is going to be clean. Things are still getting by it. So, you know, just wanted to let you know, kind of show you. You can see little pieces down in there in the sump. So I'll try to clean that out at some point. But yeah, I mean, it just doesn't work perfectly. It's not one of those things that traps and blocks everything. So just thought I would share that with you. Algae scrubber, just another view of that. Kind of turned it back up because when I reduced the water a lot to where I thought it should be, it wasn't really flowing like in a large spread over that screen. So I kind of turned it back up a good bit. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, I guess that'll be all for this video. I've got another, since I put my algae scrubber in the way I did the plumbing, I can't use those dosing line holders or whatever that are built on the sump. So I ordered another dosing line holder that I'm just gonna, you know, mount, clip on this back wall and run those in. But right now they're just hanging in that area. And another thing that that I wanted to mention and bring up And let me know if you have any thoughts on this. Like I said, I've been doing saltwater aquariums for 20 years, but I've never gotten to sophisticated corals, and I've never gotten anything to where I need to do dosing and all this stuff. And I've never even, prior to 5 years ago, I never even did really any testing. When I got a tank established, I just did my water changes and everything worked. I didn't have any deaths. I didn't have any issues. Everything was just good. I had leathers and stuff like that, and they were all healthy and were fine. So I never did see the need to do a bunch of testing and things. So I didn't monitor this type of stuff. Well, most of what I read, says that when you're starting a tank off, if you put like some Zoas and basically things that I have in there, then water changes should be enough, and you probably shouldn't have to dose until a little bit later. I mean, adding some more frags in, and then after you start seeing some coral growth, that's when you should see the need to dose. Well, right now, according to the Trident, my alkalinity, I basically dropped from, and I'm running it at 9 because I'm going with a different salt, and it's at 9, so I'm just going to maintain it at 9. I originally wanted to shoot for about 8.5, but I'm switching over to a different salt from the Tropic Marin. I'm tired of trying to get a hold of it. It's never available, so I might have talked about it before. I'll show you the salt that I'm going to use. But anyway, I'm following the parameters that this salt states that it comes at. So alkalinity is 9. So every day my alkalinity drops to about 8.5, 8.6 from 9 every day. And it's testing, and I'm going by the test at lunchtime that it does every day. So then I've kind of compared it to the HANA tester, and this, while it's a little bit off from the Trident, it is still showing about the same drop every day. So I guess my question would be, is it normal to have that much of an alkalinity drop with just the things that I have in this tank? It just seems like a lot to me. So right now, to keep up, I'm dosing 30 mLs of alkalinity a day. And I don't really have anything. I mean, you've seen what I put in the tank if you followed along. I have the digitata, the tubs, which is another kind of Montipora, the torch coral, and then some Zoas there. And that's it. Oh, and the clam. So something is either sucking up alkalinity, or I have something going on that's causing swings. The other parameters are in line. So my magnesium I'm running at 1350, and calcium I'm keeping at 450. And the calcium just barely drops. I'm not having to dose much of it at all. I mean, over a few days, it might drop by like 5. It'll drop to like 445. So it's not much of a drop. The magnesium, once a week, it'll go from 1350 to 1346 or 8. So, it barely drops. So once a week, I'll just bring that back up. So I don't know, it's just the alkalinity. So let me know any thoughts on that. If there's anything else I need to be doing or checking, I'm not familiar enough with that. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions as well about any of the equipment I'm using or anything in general. I do appreciate everybody that takes time to watch my videos. I do hope you get something out of them, and I do hope that you'll help me grow the channel and like the videos that I put out and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again.